Most watch dealers are unkind. If you're nice to people, for the most part, people are going to be nice to you.
I like to party.
All right, what's up, guys? Just picked up a couple packages from Hong Kong. I'm at FedEx. When it comes to packages from Hong Kong, I like to have them delivered to FedEx, not the office, just so there's no problems, basically. And you guys know that return to this channel and watch my stuff. I don't like bringing stuff in from Hong Kong, but it is what it is. Anyways, today we're going to talk about life lessons I've learned from the watch industry. And those life lessons are be kind, help people, and do more than you're paid to do. All right. So let's take it one at a time. Be kind. Why do I say that? I've always been genuinely a kind person. However, my industry is full of a lot of unkind people, right? Some might say unkind. I would say unkind. Not everyone, but there's a lot of unkind people. And it's interesting. In business, there's things called competitive advantages. Like, what do I do better than the other watch dealer? Most watch dealers are unkind. How easy is it as a competitive advantage to be kind to the customer, right? But this has parallels in life, right? If most people are unkind, it's not hard to be kind. And I deal with a lot of people on a daily basis, and plenty of people are unkind to me. But one of our core values is respect, and I stay respectful even if someone is unkind. For instance, different industry, I was talking to a land surveyor this morning. He actually hung up on me because I didn't understand what he was saying. I called back, someone else answered. They wouldn't give the phone to that person that I was speaking to. They hung up on me. I haven't been hung up on more than twice this year, let alone twice in the past however many years. That's not kind. Being kind in business, you reap what you sow. If you're nice to people, for the most part, people are going to be nice to you. But as a watch dealer, being kind is an easy competitive advantage. And you get tested about being kind when someone is being disrespectful. That's the test. Can you be kind when someone's disrespecting you? Number two, helping people, right? I think it was last week, maybe a week ago. You guys know Paola, she's on this channel. She was selling a watch to another dealer. And I don't know if the guy was a full-time dealer. He probably wasn't. But in our industry, if you buy a watch from another dealer, you send that dealer a mailing label, right? Like a shipping label. So this guy bought a watch from us. He had to send us the shipping label, but he told Paola that he didn't know how to do a label, which would strike me as he doesn't do a lot of deals. He's probably a collector, posing as a dealer, whatever. It doesn't matter what his title is. You know what Paola did? Rather than stonewalling him, she wanted to get his watch out that day because she said she was going to. She actually got on the phone and via messenger told him and showed him how to make a label to send to us. She helped him build the label to send to us so we can ship his watch out on time. Helping people is not difficult. Another competitive advantage, most dealers aren't going to help other dealers. Well, I shouldn't say that. Some dealers aren't going to help other dealers, but it's pretty easy to do so. So it could be a competitive advantage. Not to mention, a couple of weeks ago, we sold the Audemars Piguet's summer edition, right? For like 65 grand or something like that. And the guy that bought it messaged me on a Saturday night, hey, it's not working. On a Saturday night, like 8 o'clock at night, I call him. I'm like, Saturday night at 8 o'clock at night, I'm like, hey, did you wind it up? And the guy's like, yeah. I'm like, wind it again. Because you don't want to deliver a product for that much money and have it not working. And chances are it probably wasn't wound correctly. And he did. He wound it up and boom, it started working. But how many dealers are going to get on the phone at 8 o'clock at night to make sure that their customers are taken care of and help them? Regardless of customer, just people, right? Help people, man. Help people. And last but not least, the life lesson I really learned when it comes to this industry is do more than you're paid for, and you'll eventually be paid for more than you do. And it goes in conjunction with what we were talking about, being kind and helping people. If you go out of your way just to do more than you're paid for, it doesn't matter if you don't make a lot on a deal or make a lot on a deal. If you're doing more than you're paid for, you're eventually going to be paid for more than you do. If I'm not mistaken, this is a Napoleon Hill philosophy, or maybe a Dale Carnegie philosophy, or one or the other. They're both writers from like the 30s and 40s, 1930s and 40s. And it goes along the premise of we reap what we sow. It goes along the premise of karma. Do more than you're paid to do, and eventually be paid for more than you do. So for instance, my friend group, which is small, my peers, we all have prosperous lives from our prosperous business or businesses. Myself, this is year 16 for me in business. I'm going into year 17. I didn't have this thought process of do more than you're paid to do and eventually be paid for more than you do until probably like 6 years ago. The first decade of business was not as good as it could have been, to say the least. But the irony is, my first decade of business was scarcity and struggle and losing everything. My second decade is prosperous, time freedom, health freedom, solid team, solid culture, like growing, expanding on every front, and paid for a lot more than we do because we've taken the approach of doing more than we're paid to do from the start. And listen, I'm not saying I'm special or anything like that, but you're going to get out of life what you put into it, or you're going to get out of business what you put into it. So these are the 3 life lessons I've learned from the industry that have really anchored into us really well, and how we operate and how I operate as a human, right? My companies are an extension of me. I mean, guys, right? Be kind, help people, do more than you're paid for, and you'll be you'll be paid for more than you do. Guys, I have a nonprofit that I fund it. I fund the nonprofit personally. Right? No one's paid in the nonprofit, including me. And I should be doing the majority of the work. It's my nonprofit, and I do. And I fund it. I work for free and I fund it, right? I have a great team there too. But think about it. Be kind, help people, do more than you're paid to do, and eventually you'll be paid for more than you do. You're going to get out of it what you put into it. And, this is my style, and this is what works really well for me and a lot of people that I know. And, maybe it's helpful for you. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. If you agree or disagree, maybe you can add to the stories. If you haven't liked, please do subscribe. And if you liked this vlog, stay on for the next one to come, because this is the style of content we do. I appreciate you all, and I'll see you next time. Peace.